FOMC meeting, metals are screaming today. Gold miners and industrial miners just extending their year-to-date gains.
I have no clue what I'm going to speak about in February. Everything moves so fast.
We have our host, Tony Greer, Doomberg, Brent Johnson, Grant Williams, Harris Kupperman. Two are joining us in Nashville but are not here are Jared Dillian and John Johnston.
Doom, what do you think you're going to talk about at the conference?
What I can do is provide an edge, and that edge is basically physics. The second part of the talk, I'm going to talk about the development of poly market.
Cubby, what do you think, man? What's topical? What's going on?
I just want some of your mojo to kind of rub off on me. You're the hottest hand all year.
But I want to get one thing from everybody. Gold, last sale, $42.75. February 18th, when I kick off the conference, where's the gold price?
$41.50.
$4,800.
$45.50.
I'm going to say $46.75.
$47.80. Hey, everybody. It's great to see you. This is a special preview of the inaugural TG Macro Conference, the first of what we hope is a very long tradition. And we have some of the speakers who are going to be down there with us in Nashville. Now, I know most of you know the superstar lineup, but just in case, our host, Tony Greer. We have Doomberg, our favorite green chicken, Brent Johnson, Grant Williams, Harris Kupperman, a.k.a. Cuppy, and two that are not on here, and Tony, you'll miss me if I forgot anyone on the screen, and two are joining us in Nashville but are not here are Jared Dillian, Tony's co-host, as you know, for Macro Dirt podcast, and John Johnston. Many of you know him as JJ or Alyosha on Substack. He may be popping in here in a minute, but he's going to be down there in Nashville as well. And Tony, it's going to be epic.
Maggie, the hair on the back of my neck is standing up right now because I can't believe that I have like my favorite content creators, friends in the market coming together in my favorite city in the country right now for a conference where I don't think that I could have gotten luckier to have this roster come and speak. They're my favorite content creators, my favorite minds in the market. And we're going to tee up a great conference that's going to give some people a good idea on an outlook of what we're looking at for the new year in 2026. And it's going to be epic. So thank you, all of you guys, for joining the call today. What do you guys say?
Hey, buddy. More than welcome. Yeah, great to be here.
I'm thrilled to have everyone. Doom, what do you think you're going to talk about at the conference?
So it's a good question. I've given it a lot of thought. I think what I'm going to talk about, since I'm not a very good trader, you might ask, well, why am I talking at a trading conference? Well, I think trading is two things. It's developing an edge and bankroll management. I'm really bad at bankroll management. My two fundamental flaws are I'm a hunch and buncher, and I stare at losers for too long. But what I can do is provide an edge for the people in the room who are presumably better at bankroll management than me. And that edge is basically physics and how physics gives you important insights to where things must eventually go. And so if I can help our subscribers develop an edge using physics as our prism, people like price history, they like charts, they do fundamental research. I think physics is a pretty strong edge. And I'm going to show some examples of that. And then the second part of the talk, I'm going to talk about the development of poly market.
Well, I was just, Doomberg, I know that's a question that we've already been asked, which is, are you showing up not as the green chicken?
Are you really
see the real chicken?
Doomberg? You will see the real head writer of the Doomberg team, and I will be there in person. We presumably will have Chatham House rules. Hopefully people don't take photos or and that kind of stuff. We've done a few of these. We did Grant and Steph's conference last year. I did a Porter Stansberry conference, which was a fascinating experience in and of itself. And so this won't be our first, but we'll probably go as often as we're invited.
Fantastic, man. It's going to be amazing to have you there in person. I know Cuppy makes a lot of his investment decisions based on physics. Isn't that right, Cuppy?
Barely.
Cuppy, what do you think, man? What's topical? What's going on? How are you?
I just want some of your mojo to kind of rub off on me. You're the hottest hand all year. You just keep killing them, I wish I'd followed you into more stuff.
Oh, man, it's going okay. A couple times you get them right here and there. I follow a lot of stuff that Brent and Grant say, so that keeps me in line. How are you guys doing? Brent, what's going on? KC Royals today?
KC Royals today, yep. Interesting, I was in Kansas City about 10 days ago flying home over Thanksgiving, and we flew through Nashville. It's the only time I've been in Nashville in 3 different bars in the airport all had live music.
Great great airport scene.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to Grant showing up with his guitar and singing for us while we're there.
Absolutely.
You know it.
Money.
You know it.
G Money is my hero because if there was no Grant Williams, there would definitely be no TG Macro, no Morning Navigator.
Hey, don't put the blame on me. Don't go blame on me, TG.
And I went and took on this bloody career of trying to be an entrepreneur in finance industry and bang my head against the wall every day. Thanks, Grant.
Yeah, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome, mate. Yeah.
I'd say my favorite author is, J.D. Salinger. I like Hemingway. I like Ayn Rand. I love murder mysteries. I love Connolly. I love Nelson DeMille, all of that stuff. So if I find an author I like, I'll read everything he wrote, period. I'll go right through it all.
J.D. Salinger, 9 Stories is one of my favorite books.
Really?
I actually never really got into The Catcher in the Rye, not one of my favorites, but Franny and Zoe and 9 Stories are terrific.
What are you thinking about nowadays in the markets, right? FOMC meeting, metals are screaming today. What's amazing is that we've got, to me, after the FOMC, the 2 leading sectors year to date, gold miners and industrial miners, which we have on the pad, just extending their year to date gains. Tell me what you're thinking about right now, G Money.
Well, I'm just fascinated that Doomy, as always, is way ahead of the curve. He knows exactly what he's going to speak about. I have no clue what I'm going to speak about in February. I mean, literally, I'm writing this week, and I have barely any clue what I'm going to write about this week. So having an idea what I'm going to talk about almost 2 months hence is just crazy to me. I mean, everything moves so fast. You
know why? Because something is going to strike you in between the short time that you have to create a presentation and now.
Dude, 25 things are going to strike me between now and then. It's just a question of eliminating 24 of them. That's the trouble with the whole thing.
It really is.
I mean, every day is a clown car. It's unbelievable.
It really is. The headlines are neck breakers, literally every day.
So hey, Tony, you said something to me about the timing, which is interesting, that this is in February. What is it, February 18th? I don't have my February calendar in front of me. But you were talking about wanting a little bit of time in January to get a sense of where the market was going. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, Maggie, I've noticed that there's always a kerfuffle around the turn of the year, or more often than not, there's some kind of a risk event around the turn of the year that kind of chops people up. I like to go into the turn of the year kind of like in the weeds, looking to see what's going to unfold, and then kind of look at the pressure points once we get through the turn of the year. And that's usually what sets me on my pace of saying, all right, guys, this is what's going to go on this year. These are the sectors to be in. This is where I'm placing my bets. We'll adjust as we go if necessary, but this is what I'm seeing. So that's like the perfect time for me. I generally step on the gas with my risk taking in my second and third fiscal quarter. And I start my fiscal year in November, so that I'm not ending a quarter where everybody else is ending their quarter, or ending the year where everybody else is ending the year. I kind of lay low through the turn and then step on the gas after that. So this kind of feeds right into my investment process, if that's fair.
I love it.
Yeah. I want to do one thing that I think will be sort of fun. We've got gold, and then we're going to let off, because I just want to get everybody used to seeing this group together. As far as I know, in Nashville, it's going to be the first time these 7 illustrious speakers are all in the same badass Virgin hotel for an amazing presentation. And literally, I can't wait to see how it goes. But I want to get one thing from everybody. Gold, last sale, $42.75. February 18th, when I kick off the conference, Brent Johnson, where's the gold price? February 18th, 2026. And the winner of this, closest without going over, is going to get a personal gift from TG.
4150.
4150. I love that. Cuppy, where do you think gold is in February 19th?
4,800.
I love that. Doom, give me a number.
4550.
4550. Grant just jumped off. I'll get a number from him.
Did Grant hit like the off button? He turned his mic off before. He turned his video off too.
He's a pro. He knew this was coming. This is Grant. He knew this was coming, and he shut down.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in, I'm out, and I'm not making any predictions.
I didn't even have a chance to say there'd be no Doomberg without Grant Williams either.
Totally true. Yeah. Totally true. I'm going to say 46.75 in February. Maggie, I'm going to force you to give
On
me
the
a number,
high.
because you're going to wind up winning this. I guarantee.
I'm completely neutral. I'm maintaining my neutral stance. That's my job.
That's what I mean. Pick a number. Just pick a number.
47.80.
47.80. See this? We're engaged.
She just
front ran you by $20.
Yeah, she pulled the prices right.
On the high.
Yeah.
She did the prices right trick. She's seen the show.
That's right.
Actually,
that's exactly right, Doom. That's exactly right.
It's reverse act. Well, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I was either going to do that or take the lowest one. I think that's the other. That's the other choice.
You could have went with $1. That's a classic prices right move.
Oh, good call. Yes, the closest without going over the infamous dollar bid. That's amazing.
That's why I went below. I knew all you guys were going to go above.
Yep. That was smart. And I got to think, man, I'm afraid I was going to do it in silver, but I have no idea what number I would even throw out there. You know, it's like a random number generator, which is beautiful. So everybody could see that we've got great camaraderie here. We're all friends. We're all looking to help people guide their investment decisions in the new year. I cannot wait to see what everybody has to present. I cannot wait for the cocktail hour after day one when it's all over and we're hanging out in a cool hotel in Nashville. We're going to have a panel on Friday morning with Q&A where you're going to get to ask all of us any questions you want all at once through Maggie Lake, who's going to organize that. And we've got an amazing dinner planned on Friday night in Nashville. You want to run, not walk, to sign up to the conference. Definitely if you want to be at the dinner, because we're about out of spots. But listen, I can't thank you all enough for joining
Tony, wait,
me.
I got a question. a question. First of all, February 18, 19, 20, correct?
It's 19th and 20th is the
19th and 20th
conference, yes.
I'm getting down there the 18th.
Yeah.
Has everyone here been to Nashville before? Brent, I think you just went through it for the first time, right? Is everyone else?
I'm excited. I've never been.
You've never been. I've never been. Brent, you've never properly been. Doomberg?
Yeah, Tony and I have presented at a bespoke private ag conference the past couple of years in Nashville. It was a great experience. And going back again this year in January, so I'll have two opportunities to hit the Kid Rock's bar, which is a must stop.
I was just going to say, okay, so Doomberg's going to gather some recommendations. It would be awesome if some folks listening sent in some of the must-see places.
I know them all, Maggie. I know them all.
Oh, you know them all.
I have a concierge in Nashville. Are you kidding me? We have VIP space at Kid Rock's bar. We don't mess around. I've been going there for 5 years, man. Like, we are dialed into this place. So that's why it's going to be fun.
Of course. Why did I not assume that was the case?
You know what I mean? I have got this place so staked out, it's not even funny. Like, I know every deli within 2 blocks of the hotel. You know what I mean? All the important stuff that everybody needs to know. There's a bagel shop across the street. There's a bakery, like everything. We're totally wired in there. So all I could say is,
hold on. Is this a New Yorker recommending a Tennessee bagel?
Wow. That was a great catch right there. You know what's amazing, Brent? I had to get something to eat one morning, hungover before flying home. And I was like, I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I'm going to get a bagel. And it was just
good?
a thing. It was, yeah. Well, it was the only thing that time provided for. So I go in there and I see these bagels and they look a lot like New York bagels where the hole is kind of smushed up and the guy's got a Yankee cap on behind the counter. And I'm like looking at him. I'm like, can I get an everything bagel? You got to be from New York, right? And he's like, yeah, man, we're from Long Island. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So am I. I was like, I know these are Long Island bagels just by the look of them. And so as it turns out, it's actually a Long Island transplant that runs the bagel shop there. And that's why I mentioned it. Good ear, Brent. Man, you are perceptive. Now I know why you run a hedge fund and I don't.
No.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, gang, listen, I just wanted to give a show off of the fact that, you know, these are my wheelhouse people in the business. They're my best friends in the business. I'm honored that they're going to be there for me and educate everybody on what they know in February. Buy your conference tickets now. We are on our way to selling out. I couldn't be more excited, and I want to thank you all in advance for making the trip. This is going to be flipping awesome.
Looking forward to it, Tony.
Excited.
Can't wait.
Thanks very much, gang. Thanks for showing up
Tony.
today, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
You bet.
Bye, guys.